basically sustainability. Sustainability means, you know that it has got three pillars, economic, environmental and social. So if you have everything and if you are not happy, there is no sustainability. So that is the main point. Then coming to environmental sustainability, in fact we all know that we have now, we talk about this triple planetary crisis, like climate issues, then biodiversity loss and pollution, etc., etc. Now, beautifully, mainly the social scientists coined a word, a very beautiful word, Anthropocene. Now, Anthropocene is basically a time epoch that human is, or man is central to all kind of planetary changes. He can even make planetary changes. At the same time, he has absolutely no control over these changes, or he cannot really rectify any of these issues and changes. So that is what it is. But at the same time, he is central to all kind of developments. So it is, in a way, I would say that it is our duty to find a solution, and that is the reason why we always talk about sustainable development. So it has, why it matters when we look at this environmental sustainability. Of course, the basic thing is human well-being. That is one issue. Then for future generation, that is what we have for the future generation. Then comes to economic stability. In fact, there is no environmental sustainability without economic stability. That's also a very important point. Then altogether the so-called triple planetary crisis, and out of this definitely we talk about this climate resilience. That is also very important. Now the key factor, a key aspect of environmental sustainability, of course the first one is basically the resource management. How do we manage the resources, conserving the natural resources like water, energy, land and materials to ensure they are available for long term. So in all these cases, that although I have highlighted this couple of points, couple of words like water management is a big issue, energy management is yet another issue, and these are all kind of very big topics, and it weighs a lot. That's also very important. Then coming to the next one is ecological balance. How do we maintain the health of ecosystem and biodiversity to support life on earth? How do we do it? So that goes to a management issue. Then reduction in pollution. So it is not that we compact pollution, it is not that you remediate pollution, but how do you reduce pollution? Minimizing and eliminating pollution from human activities to protect air, water and land quality. Here comes the issue of developing green technologies. And although we talk about green technology, it is, I would say, a kind of miracle in the sense that who would pay? Payment is very, very, very important. Who would actually spend money on it? Is it third world countries or the developed nation, economically developed nation, or how far they can contribute to the so-called carbon credit, etc., etc. So again, it's a massive area of discussion. Then comes climate action. And actually the point which I just mentioned is again applicable to this climate action. Who will actually bear the cost? Then mainly for the carbon reduction. Then comes the so-called circularity, the circular economy, which is again widely being discussed all over the world. And how far we are up to adopting this circular economy. At least literature says that is much less than about 5% of the need of the entire world, that the so-called circular economy. So it has to come to a big way, close to about 30%, 40%, something like that, so that things will work. So this is also a very crucial aspect, the circular economy. Then, of course, how do we achieve this? These are some of the points that we have to discuss. And then how do we achieve this? Of course, the first and foremost, government action. That's very, very important. Implementing policies and regulations to protect the environment and promote sustainable development. Then, of course, corporate responsibility. When you really, talk about the so-called pollution and pollution load, definitely corporate responsibility is very, very important. The business adopting sustainable practices, reducing their environmental footprint throughout the product life cycle, and investing in green technologies. Again, it comes to the so-called corporate responsibility. Then, of course, the last and again very important point is individual action and responsibility. Reduce, reuse, recycle. These are three very beautiful words, which is not in practice, but still we have to talk about this. Reduce loudly. So reduce, reuse, recycle. These three R's. Then, of course, sustainable choices. We have to change our mindset. This is very, very important. When we talk about any kind of environmental issues, we have to really look at the mindset. How do we do it? How do we change it? So opting for renewable energy, there is yet another choice. Conserving water and making conscious consumer choice. Then another important point is sustainable agriculture, supporting practices like crop rotation and reduced use of pesticides that work with, again it goes to, it comes with the confidence build-up of farmers. So there is a general tendency, whether it is in India or abroad, that if you use the so-called sustainable practice without any pesticide, whether can we improve the crop productivity, a large population still believe that it is not possible. This is very, very important. So that again, there should be a kind of workup to really enrich the farmers. And also, see, how do we give the confidence? Confidence we have to prove. You have to prove that, okay, we can do this with minimum application of pesticide probably, or no application of pesticide. It's very important. And these are some of the points which I wanted to highlight for starting the discussion. And we have three panelists, Dr. James P. Graham, then Dr. Mona Naseri, and Dr. Abhilash. So maybe we all can, you can take about 10 minutes time or something, around 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. So that we'll have some comfortable time because the organizers asked me to stop by 5. Okay, so maybe 8 minutes, and then we'll have a final round of discussion. Of course, I'm very sure that it's not very easy that in 45 minutes you can talk all about this sustainability, environmental sustainability, and all. But still, we have to try due to time limit. So thank you. So may I invite Dr. James P. Graham to start with.